So today is May 21st, and today's quote is called Ideals. If we are not idealists, then we can become discouraged by our present position. Our ideals are bright, and they light up the darkness of our current situation. If you have an ideal, obviously your ideal is something bright, something encouraging, something positive, something that inspires you. We just did a course on Dharma, and we made the point that when you connect with your Dharma, then it becomes a fire within you, or you could say a fire below you that inspires you. Whereas if you're not really connected with something that's inspiring, you may become negative, or you're always looking for inspiration elsewhere. So, now I'm going back to this quote because I have a short memory. Our ideals are bright and they light up the darkness of our current situation. So the opposite then is, if we're not idealistic, then we don't have a lot to look forward to. There's not a lot to inspire us. And so sometimes you even see devotees who have very good sadhana, but they're not that inspired because they don't have clear ideals, especially ideals which are connected to their nature, things that really vibrate with them, resonate with them, according to their physio-psychological nature, as we say. And so that's very important. And often we see that someone might feel uninspired or even lazy when really they're not lazy. It's just their goals are not inspiring to them. So everybody needs inspiring goals, particularly related to service that we want to do or related to service that we want to achieve. So that's important. So my personal experience is that even if what I'm doing currently is not inspiring, but I have goals that I'm working towards that are inspiring, I can be very inspired even within a situation, as I said, that's not inspiring, because I'm looking forward, or I'm meditating on, or I'm working towards achieving these goals which are very inspiring. And if you're in a situation in life and you're not inspired and you don't see any way out of it, you don't see anything else you can do, that's not going to be good for you on any level, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. So if you're connected with something which inspires you, and you get a little time to work on it, even if it's not full-time, and gradually it starts to manifest, that's what gives you juice, that's what gives you energy. Now Prabhupada said something which I find interesting. He made the correlation between service and sadhana. And he said if a devotee is inspired in their service, it spills over into their sadhana. Their sadhana becomes better. The inspiration of their service inspires their sadhana. And good sadhana inspires the service. So in order to be more successful in our service, we tend to want to have better sadhana. If we're inspired to achieve something, especially if it's challenging, we tend to be inspired in our sadhana to get the empowerment to achieve it. So that's an aspect of it, and the other aspect is Prabhupada is saying that just the inspiration, when we're inspired in our service, naturally sadhana it just spills over. We're naturally inspired to do sadhana. We're happier. And we shouldn't minimize the value or the importance of being happy in Krishna consciousness, because sometimes you'll find a devotee that, although it may seem strange, they have good sadhana, but they're not really happy because they haven't found a service that really inspires them. And so, even though with good sadhana, they're not complete, and so that service completes them. And generally we find if a devotee is happy in their service, then, as we said, it makes it easier to be Krishna conscious in general, because they're positive, they're inspired, and so forth. So it's It's very important to be goal-oriented, to be focused on what your ideals are. And the ideals can also be personal, not just service-oriented, but the way I would like to be as a person. And working on that, self-development, developing your Vaishnava qualities. And that can be very inspiring also, especially to see them develop. So, we've said before, a man is judged by his ideals. So, your ideals, ultimately, you will end up there. That's very important. Whatever you're focusing on, you'll end up there. So, there's so many reasons that it's important to have goals or a mission that's inspiring you. And it gives life meaning, gives life purpose. It puts the why in your existence. So don't just expect that if you have good sadhana, that in itself will be sufficient to inspire you. It may, and it may not be. But generally, if you're not inspired in your service, then you live a bit of a dual life. Inspired in sadhana, but then during the day in service, not inspired. It's incomplete. So, focus on your ideals, you'll be inspired. Hare Krishna.